Welcome back, everybody. We've got another game. Very quickly, snappily, from one best of one to the other. The ESL way. Admins are on the case. Get into our lobbies, get into the games. Let's get into the draft, shall we, Lacoste, and show people what we're dealing with so far. Infamous up against Team Secret. Definitely on the cards here. One of the more interesting matchups. We've seen Team Secret struggle against South American teams before. SG Esports, but this time SG were defeated in the qualifiers by Infamous very, very handily as they get themselves through to this main event over in Katowice. Do you think Secret, though, have improved since they lost in Kiev to SG? Do you think they've got a chip on their shoulder against South America? Do you think they'll come out strong here, Lacoste?
Knowing Puppy, I don't think he cares about the loss. He's all-forward guy. Always wants to win, prove, even though he proved himself thousands of times, still wants to prove it. So I don't. Again, we have a matchup: tier 1 team against tier 2 team. I mean, Team Secret overall more experienced players, even though Infamous is a team that should not be underestimated, especially on LAN. Especially in best-of-1 scenarios. Anything can happen, and I always feel like when you're playing as an underdog, you have nothing to lose, and that's a great advantage for Tier 2 teams.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Oracle Huskar from Infamous. That's what I want.
What I do not want to see is Disruptor and Naga, which we're not going to see.
Naga's banned. Bless Infamous. I'll start things off with a Tiny there. So, no Oracle, no Huskar just yet. But that is something that we've seen a fair amount in South American Dota recently. Is the Oracle Huskar coming back to play a little bit. Huskar's been a pretty interesting hero, but we'll talk about that if and when it comes. As Team Secret now up against the Tiny. They've got no Chen, no Naga, no Bounty Hunter here. What do they aim to do in this first phase of the draft? Do you still want to pick a Disruptor into this? Well, no. They still
just got... Well, that's...
I'm going to say right now, neither of us would have called that.
I don't think anyone would ever call it.
Not with 115 guesses.
Ro8 King first pick, all right. I was thinking 2 days ago about heroes who are pretty much useless and needs a rework. Ro8 King is one of those heroes. You can make it work, but he has one spell. Like, you have one active spell and that's it. Like, you can summon skeletons just for the memes.
Hey now, you have 2 active spells. Hey now, you've got the stun and you've got skeletons.
Well, it's improving over time. Over what 13 years, he's got an aura that you can turn off and on, and you can summon skeletons, which is not bad. I don't know. He feels so weird, especially if you're losing a game. Just using that stun and then they just kill you and kite around you feels so weird because he's not that fast, relies on securing the right clicks. Phantom Lancer, one of the heroes that of course builds into Diffusal Blade, burns his mana, but big upgrade for Ro8 King is no mana cost on Reincarnation on level 20. Puppy has been picking a lot of Skyrat Mage though. One of the heroes that can win you any lane, one of the better harassers, especially in these 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3 mid scenarios. Yeah. Good for the off lane as well. I mean, good for the aggressive. Like with these 2 plus 1 more, you can always go aggressive.
Yeah, like at Genting, for instance, against Virtus Pro, he went unkilled. His final score was 5-0-17 on his last Skyrath Mage performance. So definitely knows his way around the hero. And that was alongside things like Earthshaker, Kunkka for mid 1, Earthshaker for the Yapzor, of course.
They might get Kunkka against PL. They love to do that. The splash against the illusions is just a free gold, and mid 1 loves to play it.
Absolutely.
They might even bring Amber Spirit if they feel like it.
Something to deal with those illus. Well, there goes the OD ban. Another hero very good against the Ro8 King, removing all of that int, and thereby the mana from his pool. Infamous now, well, Tiny and PL. I guess Ro8 King doesn't really care too much about the Tiny burst, right? You know, Avalanche Toss comes in, either he dies and reincarnates there, or he turns around and fights. So he's got a good little turnaround there. A good ban on the Tidehunter, though. Remove Fata's arguably stronger hero in that offlane pool. Out of the game.
Well, Tiny is one of the heroes that you can play any role besides position 5, so everything is open for them. A lot of teams love to bait him, just go first pick Tiny, and if they pick a lot of counters to Tiny, Braid King is one of the counters. I had a talk with Jarex about Tiny. Tiny is still a broken hero to one extent. The most broken part is him denying, let's say, his own creeps, hitting the creeps and hitting a hero. That's just way too much.
Yeah, that tree cleave gets a little bit crazy at times. We've seen it from a couple of teams as well. Like the Rubik band here is really a nice one. We've seen the Rubik Tiny combo, right? You toss someone back from the creep wave into a Rubik, and then Rubik lifts them into a tower, and then they get stunned on the tower and they die. Not going to be handling any of that nonsense. With Omni Knight followed through from Infamous there. Nice little hero that could have been picked up.
Plus, they don't want to play against Rubik because they don't want any good spells to be stolen from Raid King.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you never know what you're gonna steal, right?
He's got a multitude. He's got a plethora. An absolute smorgasbord of spells. Just I've got more words about it than he does spells. Oh boy. But yeah. Underlord for Secret.
Yeah, Underlord, one of my favorite heroes when it comes to PL. He just feeds on those illusions and the root as well. One of the better counters to PL is also Puck. Because with the coil, even if he uses a doppelganger, it always snaps. So pretty much every time he has a coil, it's a secure kill on Phantom Lancer. So Disruptor... one of the better heroes against the Underlord, because he can send him back with the glimpse if he uses ulti, so you can get one more kill. That's for the chase potential.
I guess also reasonably good against the Wraith King. You pretty much know when people are going to kind of dogpile in, group up around Wraith King, especially if he does die with that ulti up. Just pop the Static Storm down on him and make sure that he is a lost cause. But Secret with a Wraith King and now a Lifestealer. Wraith King 4-roll comes to mind here, but I don't know about that anymore. We saw it for a little while, you know, you think back 3 years ago. We had Alchemist support, we had Wraith King support, they're running around, they're stunning, they're killing. In this game,
can be done. Like, when I had the thoughts 2 days ago about Wraith King that he needs... rework. Maybe you can. What I thought of, if you like build, you can go for, let's say, Blink Dagger, but first you go earn. You need to have some kind of damage if you want to play it as a roam. Maybe you want to have, let's say, Phase Boots, Mask of Madness, so you actually farm and deal damage and transition into a core.
But Medallion.
Yeah, I don't know. But the Aghanim Scepter is the core. If you want to play Raid King, but it costs so much, man. How are you gonna farm 4,000 gold with Raid King? That's the big problem. The item is so good on him.
By a Battle Fury, obviously. I mean, come on now.
Could be the case though.
Absolutely, could be.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the Raid King and the Lifestealer, to be honest.
Or what you do here is you put Lifestealer mid, Wraith King safe lane, Underlord off lane, and you pick an Alchemist as your support. Yaps will play support Alchemist. And
Shut up, Jerry.
Collect all the bounty runes, and he buys an Ags, and he gives it to Wraith King, and then he doesn't need to farm it.
Wow. That's
amazing.
Mind blown.
Your freaking mind.
I just want to see what their last pick is going to be. Clockwork, one of the better heroes against Skyrat Mage in general, and Lifestealer. He also burns Raid King's mana for ulti. Skyrat, no escape mechanism whatsoever. Also builds into Blade Mail. Lifestealer can't go through the cogs, needs to focus Rage to kill those as well.
Well, there's the Puck ban on Secret, though, not on Infamous. So, what I'm seeing from this kind of 4v4 so far is Infamous have a lot of catch. They've got this kind of chase potential, vision game through Clock and Disruptor. They scale with the PL. Secret kind of static in their heroes. You know, there's no great maneuverability, no blinks or kind of natural Force-Staff buys or anything like that. You can argue maybe Wraith King buys a Blink Dagger. But for the most part, they are kind of, you know, these bulky, slow heroes that want to kind of move together as a team and try and find pickoffs. I worry about how Infamous deals with that. Because they've got the kind of catch, they've got these abilities to find individual heroes here and there. But Secret, they've got difficult heroes to kill.
Yeah, both, actually 3 of their cores are so tanky. Lifestealer, Underlord, Wraith King. I still think it's going to be position 4 Wraith King.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, honestly. Like, I said it as a bit of a joke, but it honestly looks like it might just be going that way. Although Ace has played a fair amount of the Wraith King, and we could feasibly see, you know, Fata playing the Lifestealer, something along those lines. But we'll just have to wait and see what Secret do. Infamous, their
Hurry
last
up,
hero.
Infamous, we want to see it.
Just ban anything. It is one of those situations again where Secret, along the lines of Liquid, so very versatile. They banned the Leshrac, interestingly enough. But now look towards that mid hero. I'm assuming Tiny off lane, PL safe lane. And for mid, what do you want to see here? Can you go for like a Viper, potentially?
Could be a good pick. Against Lifestealer, Wraith King, a lot of magical damage from Underlord and Sky. Builds into a Pike at one point, which is good. It's going to be a really good item this game. But still, Team Secret has the last pick, so anything is open for them. They can just switch around whatever they want. They have a Clockwork and Tiny as well, so they can put one of those on position 4 and the other on position 3.
Team Secret's
Here we go, Infamous. Queen of Pain will be that mid lane. I guess, I know, all things considered, you don't know what you're going to be matched up against. Quap is always going to give you that mid-game strength through her Sonic Wave. Well,
choose your hero.
So it's going to be position 4 Wraith King.
Looks like it. Mid 1 DK. There we go. Next, Team Secret.
Come on, Yapsor.
Fata Underlord. Pick your hero. Puppy Wraith King. There we go. Puppy is the Wraith King, so he's a support. So that means...
Yeah, Puppy has a cooler cosmetics, so that's why he's a Wraith King.
Look at him. He's got Frostmourne. He is the Lich King. As Ace will be the Lifestealer, and that will round things up with the Fata Underlord. Over on Infamous, we have Papita, Queen of Pain, Schofield, Clockwork, anime name Disruptor, anime name PL, and Stinger on the Tiny. How do you feel about these drafts?
I'm just thinking about
Wraith King.
Wraith King. I want to see what build he goes for.
Double Mango.
Double Mango?
Yeah.
The laning stage, well, they're just gonna... Maybe Yapsor will help Fata at the bottom lane at start. Because, I mean, Underlord is not that good of a solo laner. Just go in and win the lane. Especially if they decide to go for Clockwork Disruptor at the start on the bottom lane. Then they have a really good kill potential on that Underlord. Can't TP out.
Doesn't feel like they need to give mid one much help mid. You know, Disruptor, Clockwork, they could come in and annoy people. Stinger could be there as well. But I think mid one should have, you know, a reasonable time in the lane, right? So they can focus on the side lanes with their supports.
Yeah, well, Queen of Pain is one of the heroes that I have the same feeling as Juggernaut. Feels like you can pick it anytime. Jug for the safe lane, Queen of Pain for the mid. It kind of always fits. I don't know if the game is paused or why is it taking so long.
PC crash, Yapso says. So it is, in fact, paused. You're a smart one, you aren't you?
Took way too long. My inner clock was not ticking.
You're wondering, what's happening? What's going on? Why aren't we starting? But yeah, we'll see how things pan out for them.
They have like 4 heroes that are so hard to take down. Like PL Illusions don't deal that much damage, especially when Underlord is around. On a DK who has natural high armor, Wraith King, he doesn't care that much until he gets the Fusel Blade. I don't know, the heroes inside of Team Secret look unkillable to me.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, Timbersaw wasn't banned, right?
Nope, I don't think so.
So in this situation, you know, picking that Clockwork as the roamer, I guess, makes sense. You want that Tiny into the off lane, but could you have maybe gone for a DK instead of the Queen of Pain as a potential mid laner?
Yeah, you mean Timbersaw instead of
Timber
Queen of
instead
Pain?
of the Queen of Pain? Absolutely.
Definitely. When you see those tanky strength cores, Timbersaw is always the choice. I just saw a couple of picks on side of complexity against Mineski. They last picked Timbersaw as well, which looked really decent. Timbersaw game as well. Are you checking that or what?
No, I was looking for the draft progression, but it doesn't look like we have time anymore. I just wanted to see what was banned by Infamous as we got into like the second and the final phase, but it's fine. Scarth Mage resumes the game. Yapzor says, "Let's go." Papita doesn't have console, apparently. He's a little bit sad.
Yeah,
Well,
Papita is a Spanish word for puppy.
yeah, I believe you with my whole heart. You are a master of languages, Lacoste.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
If only I could speak a better English. That
You get invited to TI then?
definitely. And if I improve
As a caster and not a player?
Yeah, not anymore, man.
Not anymore. So we're just looking at Puppy, right?
Just all eyes on Puppy. Orb of Venom for the extra slow. Puppy is
My hands are off the keyboard now, mate.
Puppy is position 5 this game, so he bought everything. It's well, if let's say this meta right now with 15%. There's so much memes, so many numbers in Dota. Like 10% for Puppy, 15% for new stacking camps. He can actually get a lot of gold if he stacks.
True.
Especially for Underlord. He clears them really fast. Or Dragon Knight once he hits level 2 ulti.
Absolutely. So money for Puppy might be coming. Let's take a look at these starting builds then. You mentioned the Orb of Venom there for Puppy, his 5-roll semi-poverty build with the Obs Wards giving out tangos, while Yapzor starts with a full wand and a mango. So it wasn't the double mango from the Wraith King, it was kind of the double mango for the Skyrath Mage. Ace, regular, Fata, standard, mid one, normal, as Papita and the rest of the Infamous crew pretty much just have all of the classic cookie cutter starting builds. Stinger will move down towards bottom lane. Puppy starts things off with a Wraithfire Blast. Bit of damage coming in from Yapzor as well.
He's gonna need the skill Avalanche.
It will indeed, but it means no toss, and it also means the damage coming in from Yapzor is going to be enough. With one more hit, the Arcane Bolt comes through, and first blood is gained. It also leads to a triple bounty rune pickup here from Team Secret as Ace gets his hands on 2 of them.
Yeah, Yapzor just clicking on Nyx, probably flaming him. He took 2 runes, but
Yep.
but it changed. It doesn't matter. Saying sorry, didn't read the patch notes. I guess he's gonna just get Robe of the Magi in the side shop. I would get it instead of boots. Yep. Way more mana pool for Arcane Bolt as well, more damage. So he's just deeping top. As I talked during the draft, he needs to help out Farah.
Oh, a very quick kill of the Cog. Schofield, even with that trap in, unable to keep the Underlord inside. Yapzor keeps moving forward for the damage onto Disruptor. Want to keep my eye on these other lanes at the same time, though. Schofield moving very aggressively forward there. Gets a bit of a burn back, but the CS will come the way of Secret as they kill off the Cogs.
Do you think his nickname is Schofield because of the Prison Break?
Stinger. Tiny dies again, this time. Ace and Puppy, open wounds and Wraithfire Blast, enough.
Yeah, plus Orb of Venom, that's... he doesn't move. The Tiny is... what, 285 level 1?
Immobile.
No, not level 1, he's always going to be 285.
But without boots,
yeah.
Sad, sad times. I never watched Prison Break. I
Season,
may have seen
season
an
1
episode
was
or two.
amazing, Season 2 was decent, after that it was pure garbage.
So classic American
Yeah,
TV show
just
then.
milking the cow for the money. Top lane, Clockwork needs to get level 2 so they can actually get some kills. Disruptor has no regen left whatsoever.
They are doing a good job at pushing Fanta back into the Phantom Lancer here with a quick TP out. Glimpse cancels, and they will be able to get the kill there at least.
Oh, that's gonna cripple Underlord a lot. He will need to walk back to the lane, but it will give Skyrat some time to pick up the runes, maybe get some XP on top as well.
Speaking of runes, old Stinger will get himself potentially double bounty, but also an arcane rune. Yet to level up Toss or Tree Grab. Could go for one or the other. Goes for the Tree Grab now. We'll see him head back down towards bottom and get some CS, hopefully.
I wonder if Lifestealer is gonna go for a Battle Fury or Radiance build this game.
Well, Yapzor top lane Again inside the cogs, trying to do as much damage to Disruptor as he can, but Schofield here is unable to kill him off. 11-1 charges, you're right, he does indeed. So now the turnaround, Schofield takes a big bunch of damage from the Arcane Bolt, but that will keep YapzOr Fata now in a very good position. Like you were mentioning, there's no HP regen left on Disruptor. 1 Tango and 5 stick charges here for the Clockwork. But PL definitely feels like he's going to be pressured in the next, 45 seconds to a minute or so. As Kotaro will struggle for a little bit. But bottom lane, Lifesteal, you're talking about his build. Heading into the treads, usually an indication of one of the kind of deviations away from Armlet, right?
Yeah. Well, they could use either Mjolnir or Radiance or Battle Fury. It's not a bad idea to actually build a Battle Fury on Lifestealer.
We've seen Mushi do it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it's one of those items on the Lifestealer and the PL and these kind of, newer Battle Fury builders, a Spectre, for instance. It may seem weird and wonky, but it gets you to that third item so much faster if you're able to farm even reasonably quickly. Puppey here with a double stun and a mango to go. Might just be able to kill Stinger here with a cooldown on the Wraithfire Blast coming up in a second.
He's gonna use
Salva's
a mango.
there. Mango popped. Stun comes in. Needs a hit. Needs a crit. Needs to get the damage done with one more touch. He will not be able to secure it with the Tango going. The Orb of Venom ticks him down, but not low enough. Stinger very close to death. Drags a wave all the way from bot towards mid. And Papita will be forced back away with no regen left on the Queen of Pain either. Needs that bottle to come out.
And welcome to 2018. Support Raid King bullying you out of the lane. He looks like OD to me in this picture, or someone from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, one of the horsemen.
Yep. Oh, they placed the sentry.
Was YapzOr invis?
Yep.
Well, they see him now. Battery assault forward. 3 stick charges will not save you there. Schofield finally.
I guess they're just gonna wait for the shrine. Yeah, 15 seconds.
Get some stacks going.
The efficiency.
There we go. And that's going to be some lovely money there for the supports. The stack sound. Feels good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Maybe I didn't forget because I never knew it, though.
Just never stack.
Yeah. How many creep camp stack do you have?
I don't know. I don't want to check. Several hundred, I believe. Mid lane, backstab onto mid one. His Soul Ring and Wand, well, might be enough to get him out of trouble here. Mid one gets screamed down. The kinetic field is there. Papita, still level 5, blinks forward aggressively. But mid one with the 2 points in the Dragon Blood and the 12-1 charges still unused, looks perfectly fine to walk himself up towards the shrine near Fata, who also needs to use it. Puppey also needs to use the shrine, so they're going to get a 3-man efficient shrine usage here for Secret.
That's a German shrine right there. The German efficiency.
Absolutely, right on time. Schofield. And anime name. Stunned up there on the high ground. Secret, very good at killing off those cogs. We'll take them down. But things pretty slow at the start of this game. 2-2. Not much of a lead here for Secret. Infamous holding on very nicely in these lanes, but it feels like the cause of Team Secret. The fact that Puppey is doing so well in this bottom lane. They're pressuring nicely on these lanes. Ace now with Infest, jump out onto Stinger. Bit of chip damage here and there. With the open wounds forward, Ace will keep on diving. Push this Tiny all the way out of lane. Burn through his last bit of regen, the Tango. And Ace should have a free lane to himself. Who's this over here? Disruptor and Schofield.
Yeah, that's a really weird movement. Like 6 minutes in, you have two supports invading your shrine.
Has Light of Heaven renamed himself? Isn't it Mortalis now?
Sadly for Tiny, he can't toss Lifestealer away when he uses Rage.
Yep, used to be able to, but no longer. Schofield might not escape from this with his life. The final Arcane Bolt will fly. Raindrop cooldown. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Nearly, but not nearly enough.
Feels bad, man.
No, it's a good move, good idea. Not quite fast enough.
He moved it to a stash because he wants to build an urn, and you want to waste that last charge. So you move it to your stash so it doesn't get popped.
Well, he will lose out. Puppey fake pumping the stun. Papita looking for the jump forward potentially here as they do go in with the kinetic fuel sonic wave. Mid one drops. Puppey found the cross kill onto the disruptor, but YapzOr is being left here by the rest of his team, so we end up 4-4 at 8 minutes in. Infamous doing well to kind of react, respect, and deal with what Secret are throwing into these lanes, but every time you look across this map, Ace is farming, Fata's farming. 4 men group up from Infamous means that, okay, PL is getting a lot out of this top lane, but do you think it's going to be fast enough to deal with what Secret has? Especially when they picked PL into the Wraith King, expecting it to be a one-roll Wraith King. Now having to deal with a Radiance Lifestealer coming up shortly. Halfway towards his Relic, but here's a big rotation coming in. Clockwork and Disruptor looking for these levels to push them closer to 6 apiece. The Glimpse Rage, of course, will be there from Ace. Level 4 in
that?
it.
Like that was not good gank attempt at all. It's not like they have anything to back it up. Even if both supports were level 6, it would have been a hard kill.
Well, they tried, and that's what matters, Lacoste.
I don't think that matters, man. It doesn't show on the on the end game scoreboard. He tried tick 6 times.
There's an exclamation mark next to the disruptor. Like he tried to glimpse the Lifestealer. The rage will be there, of course. Ace in no real trouble. YapzOr defending mid one. And down this Dragon Knight. Level 7 closing in on level 8. Tread's done. Soul Ring, of course, already up and running. Papita, what are we looking at now? 45 and 6 with a DD rune trying to head into Tread's Orchid. I'm much more of a fan. I don't know about you, but this build for me is much nicer for the kind of gameplay that we see nowadays, the kind of fast-paced, action-killing, slaying nerds non-stop. I much prefer the Orchid into Kaya or Orchid Lincolns over the Veil into Yule's build.
Well, depends. He's gonna need the defensive item definitely because of the Skyrat Mage. So Yule Scepter after that or a BKB. I think BKB is a better choice overall because of the Pit of Malice, Dragon Knight stun.
We'll see what way Papita heads. Ace continues his reign of domination in this bottom lane. 4.8k net worth. Being beaten out a little bit by the PL here with a max Phantom Rush, of course. Doing massive amounts of damage to these creeps as he goes back into the jungle. Schofield top, trapped in with some creeps of his own, but forced out the Dark Rift from the Underlord as he didn't know where the PL was. A little bit of afraid of what's lurking in the shadows. But now we start to see the tomes coming out. Disruptor, nowhere near level 6 really there. Clockwork, same story, but then you look at the Radiant side. We've got Wraith King, level 5.5. YapzOr is now a third of a level, quarter of a level even away from that level 6. So these ultis, they're going to start coming through pretty soon, and they do a lot of work here.
Yeah, I love the build on Puppey though. He's level 5, 100 gold away from Helm of the Dominator, which will increase the region for him. He's just stacking the creep camp. I don't know, Helm of the Dominator, but he needs a magic wand as well to pop some stuns in those fights.
I am not Pimp Muckle, unfortunately. Poor Fata dies up at top. Mid lane, YapzOr just keeps chipping away at the PL, but mid one and Ace pressuring a tier 2 at this point with a catapult wave going. They'll do a good chunk of damage, if not take down this entire tower. And like you were saying, Puppey pretty much done with that Helm of the Dominator. Swings by, picks it up from the secret shop.
There it is, summoning the skeletons. Nothing happens. They just die to neutrals. That's
Ancient
pretty much
camp
it.
is stacked and he can't do anything. Oh, he's got a ghost. He's got a ghost.
He's a ghost himself.
Yeah. Wraith plus ghost. Really, he really is playing Lord of the Rings, isn't he? Do you remember those Warcraft 3, custom games? The RPGs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Helm's Deep, Attack on Helm's Deep here from Puppey. They've got the Mystic Flare, which is like a load of arrows flying from the sky. They've got the freaking Rain of Fire as well, it's all...
I had a... Oh, they're gonna kill the chicken.
Has been killed.
Found and killed.
I had a Lord of the Rings strat for Dota 2. It was Venge She attacks with her aura once someone dies. Terrorblade, Reflection, Raid King with Aghanim Scepter. I think there was one more though.
Oh, just undead.
Yeah,
ghosts appearing everywhere. Dearie me. Oh,
the untargetable. Maybe DP with ulti.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragon Knight swings around. Pretty much knows that, yeah, with the Ghost scouting forward, they see the Disruptor, the Tiny, the Clockwork all roaming around mid lane. YapzOr gets out with a quick silence onto Papita, TPing away from danger. And Fata will be unable to TP away from the PL, whose fresh defusal grabs himself another kill. We've missed 2 this game, and both kills have been on the Underlord. We'll catch up with him once he's respawned.
I didn't miss that one. Don't
see how
try
he's
to
doing.
Pull it on me.
It's the royal we, you know.
Yeah, all right, Gary B. Yeah, Gary B, man, it sounds sounds like you're from Spice Girls.
Yeah, sounds like I'm from the 90s, basically. Sounds like a 90s English DJ or rapper. Quick stun in from the Dragon Knight, mid 1, Static Storm back, but Papita blinks away. No follow through there to catch the Queen of Pain, even with the Mystic Flare on top of her head.
Yeah, good for Papita. He actually decides to go for Yule Scepter. He's not as aggressive as you, Gary. He wants that Yule Scepter to remove the stun and not stun, remove the silence and dodge the stuns.
I'm a fan of one or the other. I'm just not a fan of like the Veil Yules, which was like, you know, the kind of standard build for a long time was just Veil Yules. And it got kind of boring, got kind of samey. Big fan of new things coming in. Secret trying to convert into a tower here. Top lane being pushed by creeps, but they'll group up middle lane with 4 members of this Secret squad.
Yeah, look at the build on mid 1. Soul Ring into Blink Dagger. They lack initiation tool. They don't have any hero that can initiate the fight. That's the reason why he went for a Blink Dagger, because otherwise they can't start a fight. And especially with Nyx, having someone with a Blink Dagger, at least they have a vehicle for Nyx that way.
Jump in, get kills. Scarth Mage has a full Kaya done. YapzOr, the farmed 4 roll, looking pretty good right now. And Tiny down in the dumps a little bit here for the Dire side, unfortunately. What's he at? Arcane Boots, 1600 gold towards his Blink Dagger. Needs that to come out a little bit snappier.
Yeah, Kaya is one of the best items in Scarlet Mage that you can get, besides from Aghanim Scepter, of course, but the cheap one, you don't even need that mana boost, because he's so mana dependent, it lowers the cost of the spells and the magic damage as well. He also went just for the 1 level of Arcane Bolt, good in my opinion. Concussive Shot scales better, and you're not that mana dependent when you go for that build.
And then you've got Ancient Seal, so great up against PL, Queen of Pain. Now she has the Yules, a way to deal with it at least. Still pretty damn strong. Kotaro, though, keeps his farm game going. 8.5k net worth. This PL is getting maybe a little bit out of hand. Secret, with the ways to deal with it now. Radiance up for the Lifestealer will come out. The Kaya is there, as we've seen for YapzOr. A quick rage away, and Ace will get himself out of harm's reach. PL just continues farming jungle. Pretty passive here. You know, infamous South American teams, we're so very commonly saying they're like, you know, they're like the Russians, they're like the CIS squads, they're aggressive, they're always non-stop looking for smokes and ganks. Early on, they were doing rotations and movements, kind of pressured Secret a little bit. They didn't get too many kills out of it, but right now they seem to be very nicely keeping their cores in the game, making sure everyone's getting farm and levels and the tools they need. They're not rushing into anything.
Yeah, that's true. Because these supports, especially on Team Secret, are not as good early on. They couldn't find any openings. 5 kills so far. Really hard to start a gank with these heroes. Can you actually steal Mortal Strike with Rubik if he uses it as a last spell and summon 0 skeletons? Does it make sense? Probably not.
I guess you should be able to steal it, right? Because it's a spell with mana that you can cast, but I'm no expert. Blink forward, there's the DK stun in, with a chain from the Centaur as well. Papita thought that he was going to be safe with the Yule Scepter, but no. Quick and instant dispatch there. Team Secret making it work out. Top lane now, setting up for a defense of the Tier 1. Medallion Radiance done for Ace. A nice little build up against the PL with the mischance and the evasion. Make sure those illusions just cannot hit you. And another crash here. Looks like one of Secret's PCs is being sabotaged.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing it. Is someone doing it on purpose or what's happening? Underlord actually goes for Vanguard, which will mitigate a lot of damage from PL illusions. Hopefully at one point he upgrades it to
the
Crimson Guard. I always forget the item's name.
I always mix it up with Solar Crest.
Solar Crest,
in my head, yeah. Is it just because they came out at like the same time?
Probably.
Yeah.
And it sounds the same. PL, though, 0 deaths so far, on top of CS chart and net worth both. Once he gets that Manta style, he can get rid of the silences, open wounds. So that's gonna be a problem at one point.
It's gonna be a big game changer.
Yeah, but look at the deep wards on the side of Infamous. This one behind the towers. That provides a lot of movement vision when they're actually leaving the lanes. Not a lot of teams actually place those lane wards, especially in the late game, which provides you the most vision. One of the best wards that you can have at the late game, and I would say mid game as well, which I prefer, is this ward here. Even if you're playing Dire or Radiant, and yeah, this ward here where Puppy warded. It provides you vision. If enemy is in your jungle, like there are 2 camps, so if you're not farming there, you see where enemy is moving, especially if they play aggressive, if they're in your forest. Both camps are close to each other, so you have enough time to actually gank him, because he needs time to clear those camps.
You get the little backstabs. Yep, so what's he up to? Kaya into Ags. He's a core. Scareth core. Poppy's doing pretty well for himself. Always changed.
Yeah, he just had Heaven's Halberd, now he has Shiva's Guard. I still want to see a Wraith King with Aghanim Scepter. Definitely.
Watch him swap now. Watch him swap to Aghanim Scepter. Go on.
There
no,
it is.
That's not Swaps one more time. Come on. He's just re-rolling, right? Just rolling a dice, seeing what number comes up, counting in the shop to see how far he has to go in. End up with a Dagon or something on this Wraith King, isn't he? Still only on the brown boots, interestingly enough. No Soul Ring, no Arcanes, nothing here to sustain the Wraith King's mana really outside of the wand. So we'll see how he does up against the PL, of course, with that Diffusal Blade.
He didn't even skill the ulti, he's just saving a point. He has, what, 4, 6, he's actually saving 3 points.
Oh yeah. Where are they going to go? Anywhere. Anywhere. Puppy hasn't really even shown in lane, right? He's just been jungling. He has just.
That's a report. That's a six month ban right there.
To be fair, I mean he's 204, 67 CS. That is him, right? That's not bugging out.
He's involved in every single kill.
CS. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just the map movement of Puppy. Spot on. Perfect. I've had some jungle Wraith Kings in my pub games recently. You know, they go jungle level 1.
Do they go for
Max
Crystallis?
Yeah, I've seen that. The Mom Crystallis I've seen a couple of times. Yeah,
that's the same.
The classic.
Yeah, seems like...
See, look, Divine 1, Divine 5, no difference in our pub experience.
These jungle players know. all the same mentality, same way of thinking.
I don't care about the other 9 players. I want to farm creeps and win the game on my own. Pretty much what they're planning. So now we're looking at these dire supports with their ultis, right?
No, we're looking at the game's pause screen.
Okay, well, I'm looking at Clockwork and Disruptor, and they've got their ultis ready. Do you think it is now time for Infamous to try and force the issue? Or do you just want to wait for the Queen of Pain to respawn? It's getting to this kind of awkward timing where you have, Blink Tiny, you have Hookshot, Static Storm, you've got all these tools, but we go back to what we said at the end of the draft, where Secret have unkillable heroes.
Well, if they... Clockwork and Disruptor, I love those 2 together, because one cancels the other. So together with the 2 ultis, they can pretty much kill anyone. That's a lot of burst damage. Level 4 Battery Assault plus Static Storm, full duration with cogs. They can take down any hero. They just need to be fast, especially on Nikes.
And I guess then you've got this Blink full Avalanche toss build, 4-3-1 Tiny's gone for. So you've got the huge nuke damage coming from the Tiny as well. So I guess, yeah, if they are able to find the jump on someone, can very easily bring them down. We saw Fata queued up a pipe earlier, now he's reconnected. We'll likely see that pop back up again. Get that pipe going for your team against a huge amount of magic damage coming out of this Dire side. As we are ready to get back underway. 6-6, nothing really in it metric-wise. Very balanced, even game so far. This is likely to be one of the turning points though. Smoke up from Tiny and Clockwork as they move up towards this top lane. Disruptor already set up and ready. They ping out onto the PL. Secret potentially getting baited in here. Infest into the DK. There is the Infest bomb looking to jump onto the PL. They catch and they kill. Kotaro immediately blown up. The setup was for mid, in fact. Infamous move in, but there is no one to be grabbed here. It looks like
if you don't have a vehicle for Nikes, you just buy a Blink Dagger, and that's it. Underlord ulti is coming on mid lane. Oh, they actually have Centaur Conqueror from Helm of the Dominator, which is pretty cool because of the move speed that he has, so they can backstab people with it.
Looks like Tiny and Clockwork, they get away though.
Yeah, they can do some sneaky plays with that Centaur Conqueror plus Underlord ulti.
Oh, mid one. I think he has accepted his fate. He realized that he'd been left high and dry there. Yeah, Fata drops the whoops. We've all TP'd mid one. You've been left alone against the Queen of Pain, and then the rotation from Tiny Clockwork come in and secure it all up. So Secret, they get one, then they immediately lose one straight after. But Lifestealer still up and running. Keeps his farm going, and he's the real carry in this game.
Yeah, that's double miss chance from Solar Crest, and Radiance, Queen of Pain, and PL Illusions are gonna have a hard time actually dealing the damage, especially once Underlord finishes his pipe.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Look at that, Fata. Pipe is coming. Will be even more difficult to bring down in the near future. Did Puppy buy a full item? His drums.
Yeah.
So he did manage to complete them up.
Did you know it's actually called drum instead of drums? Like
Drum of endurance.
Yeah, everyone calls it drums.
Yeah.
Probably because they have charges, so it can't be just one drum, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Or it's one drum, and every time you tap it, it wears away at the skin on top. You can only tap it 6 times.
Yeah. Then you can't make a good music with it. As Russians call it, barabani. Baraban, you know?
No?
Yeah, I just love that word. I don't know. I watched before a lot of Russian streams. I love to listen to that, even though I didn't understand way too much, but I learned some Russian from it.
So, okay. Fair enough. Baraban. So it rolls off the tongue. It's got a nice ring to it. Dire Ancient Stack scouted here. A Secret move in towards middle lane. Blink stun from the DK. Catches the Tiny. With that Pit of Malice forward, they'll need another stun here to catch Stinger, and with the Wraithfire Blast in, and the damage that they've got, they secure the kill.
Time.
Absolutely. You could not be more right. So Infamous looks like they're trying to set up for some kind of counterplay here, but they don't have their PL just yet. He can TP to this shrine if they set up for it, but they need vision inside the pit. There's the rocket flare. There we go.
PL wants to have his Manta style 50 gold away from it before he takes a fight.
So they're going to give up this Roshan then?
Yeah, they can't. The Roche goes way too fast with the Firestorm from Underland. They're going to even defend tier 2 tower on the bottom.
Hook shot in. Aegis already taken, and out they go. Down towards bottom, you're right. They Dark Rift here. Glimpse back. Looks like it catches one, but Yapstor turns onto the Queen of Pain. Yule Scepter expended, so no escape mechanism there, but mid one TPing back towards bottom lane as the fight continues. Aegis, Radiance Lifestealer raging forward, looking for the catch, but there's the Doppelganger forward. Mid one needs to stun. He's not going to be able to catch the right one just yet. The Pit of Malice does miss. The Kinetic Field will catch Ace and trap him away from the PL and give Kotaro some safety to maneuver. Well played there by Infamous to get themselves out of a sticky situation, but equally putting themselves in a position where they lose Roche, they don't get the tier 2, they do get a tier 1 mid, however, as Queen of Pain clears that one up. But still, a kind of a wide and varied loss there from Infamous, even though they don't lose any big heroes. Poppy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're still chasing. I want this disruptor. Poppy really wants this disruptor, but I don't think you're going to catch him. Maybe now with a run forward, but the high ground TP will be there. Nicely played by the disruptor, gets away.
Yeah, Brave King now has level 2 reincarnation. Even though if he gets focused by Phantom Lancer, he's not going to have enough mana. Team Secret right now trying to take tier 2 towers. Well, pretty much both of them on mid and bottom are half HP. The top one is full. With the Aegis, they can actually pressure it. Queen of Pain needs a defensive item. She has Lincoln Sphere queued up. That's the only way they start this fight with the Dragonite Blink stun and silence from Ancient Seal, even though he can remove that one. So he's gonna need the... Lincoln Sphere is pretty much a natural choice against these heroes.
Absolutely. Quick and easy tier 2 though for Secret. A bit of a cut of the wave and a push in from Infamous, but unable to really stop this push coming in as Secret can swing in towards the mid lane. Stinger and Papita.
Yeah, not too much action happening this game. 15 kills, only 23 minutes in.
It's been slow and steady. Everyone's farming. Everyone's getting these items that they feel they need to be strong. But it seems like a never-ending battle for Infamous. Like always, we need this, we need this, we need one more on top.
Yeah, you need that. It's 0.635 kills per minute, to be exact. Maybe it was not correct, but it was fast math. That's what matters.
You can't see it, but I gave him a look of a, huh? Wasn't quite sure if you had just whipped out your old calculator there, or if you're messing with me a little bit.
So they use Nyx to infest Ancient Black Dragon, and then Puppy gives him Frost Armor. That Black Dragon is not gonna go down ever.
14 armor, 2000 HP. Deary, deary me. Another tier 2 for Secret. They are just claiming every objective on the map with this Aegis, right? Splitting lanes, making sure they shove everything in. Fata there with the pipe, the Vanguard moving into Shiva's Guard. Very, very tanky utility build here from the Underlord as the Aghanim Scepter is nearly done for Yapzor, only about 1,000 gold away. We'll be swiftly moving into that. But Infamous, again, they still have these ulti combos. If they can utilize the vision that they've got, again, you know, come back to their vision. It has been reasonably good this game. Getting deep wards in, refreshing their wards, centering out. They've been able to keep some good wards out on the map, but it just feels like Secret know where their wards are, don't care enough to de-ward them, and then move across the map to outmaneuver them regardless of the vision.
Yeah. Did you watch Harry Potter?
Which one?
Like whole
yeah,
season,
all of them, sure.
All of them, yeah. Why would you watch just one film? Do you know which dragon this is?
It's not a Norwegian Ridgeback. It's a... is it a Norwegian Ridgeback?
I think it is.
Okay, I was going to say a Hungarian something.
Yeah, Hungarian...
Or is that a greenback? I don't know. Ukrainian Iron Belly. Hungarian Horntail.
That could be that one.
Yeah, so I'd go for the Hungarian Horntail. But yeah, you can have the Norwegian Ridgeback. I'll let you have that. I don't know. It's more like the freaking Goofy from the
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. have you seen his teeth? Honestly, look at the dragon. Hang on. Where is it? Is it out here? Is the dragon still around, or is it gone?
It's still around. It's on the mid lane.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice. This one we can zoom in too much nicer. There, look at those gnashers. Look at those teeth. Look at those teeth. He's a bloody dentist, he does. Ridiculous stuff. Right, high ground push is coming. Lacoste, they're knocking on the door of the tier 3.
Aegis is gone.
They're chipping away.
Yeah, but he's not... Okay, so Lifestealer has an Aegis while he's inside of the dragon, but dragon doesn't regen HP and mana. Maybe it should work like that.
Yeah, I think that should definitely change. Make things balanced again. Infamous getting a bit of split push going, cutting waves mid, clearing waves bot, shoving into tier 3. So Secret kind of in this awkward situation where they commit or they get the hell out.
And they're running the double dragon strat.
They are. I think Ace is having some fun with this one as well. Radiance Burn going forward. Dragon with the ice armor again put on. And here come the skeletons. Tier 3 getting ripped apart with the Dark Rift moving them away. Mid one and Ace will be left alone. I don't know. Fata just cancelled. Yeah, he just cancelled it. Say, screw it, we'll take the tier 3, and now we'll start to back away.
Oh, they were just cutting the waves with PL Illusions, Queen of Pain as well, so they can't actually go for Raxus.
But again, we're at that kind of breaking point here, right, where Infamous don't feel strong enough to fight 5v5 because Secret are so tanky, so big with these items, that they have to go for the split push, they have to go for the rat. But they're also not getting any objectives themselves. They're getting, you know, a bit more gold. PL and the Quap look very good net worth-wise. But will we ever reach that point where Infamous say, we're ready?
Well, once PL finishes his heart, then he's ready to fight. Before that, I don't think he can take a fight. They're actually trying to make something happen. That's Puppy with an ultimate. I'm not sure they have enough. They can't burn his mana down quickly enough. He's gonna die before that. Or will he? He's just using illusion. That's a nice play. 160. Oh, not timed well enough.
Now PL, four-staffed out, tossed away into the cogs. Manta Style is there, turns back to fight Puppy. It's saving Private Kotaro, but they've lost the Disruptor. A big Sonic Wave does catch Ace and brings the Lifestealer down. Hook shot forward, catches onto Puppy. Do they have the cogs? It looks like Scopefield is not able to trap the Wraith King in. But Infamous, they're the ones now with a good fight on the Radiant side of the map, pressuring tier 3 with a wave shoved in. This is a great position for them.
It was a nice initiation, good thinking by PL, just to attack him with the illusions, because Hero would have killed him, but not timed well. Also, Spirit Vessel on Clockwork. Nikes can't really regen with Feast and Open Wounds. It doesn't feel like you're actually regening.
It's a pretty
All right,
crazy
Gary,
item.
I'll ask you a question. You just give me a number. If you have a Spirit Vessel on and you use a
750.
All right. I didn't even finish the question. You know I love math. At least the simple one.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you eat a cheese with Spirit Vessel on, 750 out of 2,500 is what you get. It still amazes me. It still leaves me speechless every time I think about it. It's just, how is this feasible? How is this physically possible?
Well, if you add 5 years to your current year, that will be your age in 5 years.
Oh shit.
That's deep, man.
Damn. You sure got me with that one. Queen of Pain. What's she up to? Level 21? What does she go for? Lifesteal on the spells. I've seen a few players, you know, tinker around with the AoE Shadow Strike. Has been pretty nifty, but I guess here the spell Lifesteal, you know the fights are going to be long, drawn out, very extended with these tanky heroes on Secret that you just want to be able to keep yourself alive and cycling abilities over and over again as often as you possibly can. So fully understandable there. Ace, on the other hand, after his S&Y, moving into a BKB.
Once I went for Shadow Strike AoE, never again.
Never again.
It feels so bad. I don't know, if you're playing against some illusions, it could work, but then on the other hand, you're playing against the illusion. Scream of Pain deals damage, then you regen more.
And you kind of want to build Mjolnir soon as well, potentially against illusions. But looks like Infamous setting up for a fight middle lane. Schofield looking to lead the charge here. Pings come out, but they're lacking vision. Who do they jump on? Katara with the DD moves forward. Hookshot onto the Queen of Pain, so a misplay there, but in jumps Tiny. Double Mystic Flare. Out, but not killing. Yapzor now trapped in the trees. Gets whacked by one of the trunks as Yapzor, Sonic Wave down as well. Finally brought to his knees. But in the back end, the PL's being chased down. His double damage rune has not gone to work. The Dragon Tail does come out, but the 3-man Static Storm good from the Disruptor. Kotaro barely escaping. The urn is there. Spirit Vessel does not keep him alive through the Firestorm. Fata chases Stinger down now as the Titan trying to retreat, but the Cogs keep Schofield inside the trap. Stinger will blink himself out. Queen of Pain thinking about going in again, Lacoste, but we see it time and time again. Secrets drafts, especially this one, they have 4 heroes that will not die.
Yeah, the only hero they actually killed was Skyrat Mage, and that's it. Like, they had to commit Queen of Pain ulti, even this Ro8 goes down so quickly with the Firestorm. They can't do anything about it. They should just try to continue to split push. Maybe a good item on Tiny, since he has Mana Boots, would be to upgrade it to Lotus Orb, which is really good against Dragonite stun, Open Wound, Silence, Wraith King stun as well. I remember during the Galaxy battles, VGJ Thunder, they actually had Tiny with the Lotus Orb, which changed the game for them. So, Lifestealer, SNY, just tank it up. All right, he's actually in problem. Spirit Vessel can't regen out, has an Aegis.
Oh, he's lifestealing a lot. Rage lasting a decent chunk there, and he even had the Infest to jump in.
Yeah, a lot of misses from Radiance and Solar Crest. Raid King getting close to sorry, not Spirit Vessel. What's it called? Shiva's Guard. Sometimes my brain freezes.
Are they going double Shiva's Guard?
Had to deal with the PL illusions. It's not a bad idea. Also, Nyx, what is he building? Has BKB queued up, so.
Oh, Yappy. Oh, Yappy kills Schofield, and now the Queen of Pain blinks away, so Yapzor still alive, but Puppey burnt down by the illusions. Looks like he's okay for the matter of time, but well, Phantom Lancer might not be caught by mid one. Avalanche does come in to try and save the PL's life with the doppelganger over the trees. Kotaro gets a bit of distance and has the Manta style ready to go, but he's stunned up and killed before he gets to use it.
Yeah, you really don't feel the damage that the PL does right now, especially when Underlord is sitting next to him, plus a Shiva's Guard. He can't really go in. Oh, he silenced the Centaur, but he's gonna stun him.
Oh, blinks away. Papita, get out as quickly as you possibly can. Mid one still thinking maybe about a blink and a stun. Doesn't have anything to follow up with except for right click, so for now that will have to do. Papita does get away before the concussive shot lands and gets enough distance from this secret lineup. But again, that's Infamous going in for a play. That's them kind of setting up. You know, we saw mid lane, we've seen bottom lane now. They go in onto a target, they try to bring them down. If they don't succeed at that first kill, it all just goes completely to shit. If they do succeed at getting the first kill, then it's kind of a balanced fight. They need to get some crazy numbers advantage to even think about succeeding.
Yeah, that's true, Gary. Also, I hope Tiny doesn't go for Lincoln Sphere. That items feel so bad on Tiny since the status resistance that he has. Like, if he sells the Stout Shield and clears one creep camp, he has Lotus Orb if he disassembles Mana Boots.
I'm not sure that Matt is going to really... Oh, maybe. He blinks away. Oh, if he got caught there, would have been a little bit longer for that Lotus Orb. Fata, Ace, Puppey, mid one, Yapzor, that's it. I can read. Secret moving in towards middle lane. Creeps pushing in, and Rax exposed. The glyph is here for the Infamous side, but they just go back to cutting waves. They just do not feel like they can handle this secret squad, so giving away a lane of Rax here, even with the glyph up, looks like the option they're going to take, and it's the soft way out, but Secret not going for soft. They want to go in hard. Static Storm will land on Ace, but he doesn't care with his rage already up. He rips apart Schofield, pushes out of the cogs with a buyback available, but no hook shot for quite some time. Cannot imagine Infamous bringing that clockwork back into the land of the living, so they keep split pushing, keep cutting these waves as PL does return to his base to defend, but the stun comes through. Kotaro trapped but forced out away. The Lifestealer chases in onto the Tiny. Stinger, oh, in so much trouble with a slow from the DK form. There he goes, dead and down into the ground. 15-9, and Secret looking very good to close out this game.
They have a buyback, but the backdoor protection because they cut the creep wave, so they can't...
Oh, look at bottom.
Oh, there's the gank.
Papita. Lincoln's popped. Yule's up. Do they have a stun to follow through, a silence or anything like that?
It doesn't matter.
Pit traps her.
Pit traps him afterwards. 2.5 seconds Yule duration, and interval, what, 3.6? Since they stunned him already.
Very good. Very, very good. So, melee Rax mid lane gone. Nothing gained there by Infamous apart from a bit of farm, but losing the Queen of Pain, incredibly damaging. And now, look at the DK. He has something to pop the Lincolns, and he has something to deal with the Quap or the PL once they've used their Manta or Yules. And a BKB for Lifestealer means that Static Storm no longer that annoying ulti in these fights for him.
Yeah, what is... Puppey has full Shiva's Guard, level 18, 40 seconds cooldown on his ulti. Clockwork, yeah, you're dead, buddy. He even misses the hook shot.
The panic hook. And he's got buyback, but buyback without hook, again, not really going to be able to accomplish too much. They do have creep waves coming in towards mid, so top lane open here for Secret to try and break the top racks.
Yeah, this is just desperation from Infamous right now.
Welcome back, Huomao OB2.
Yeah, just using a glimpse to negate some damage that the Dragonite will deal to the towers. And they have Radiance on the bottom lane from Illusion, just cutting the creep wave.
Of course they do.
Those little skeletons.
You bastards, leave my shrine alone. Papita. Well, this lifestealer has a BKB, so your options are pretty limited, Clockwork. The buyback will not be a dieback just yet. Tanks up a bit of damage there from the Skyrath Mage, but he's got a hook shot ready this time around. PL. Where is the real PL? He's still up at top lane, chipping away at the tier 2.
Yeah, look at the build. He's not gonna even have enough time to buy double Midas.
It's too late for that. Maybe Puppey is overextended a little bit here, though. Lost a lot of his mana, only 2 1 charges, but Kataro thinking twice about competing with the Wraith King for
he denied it.
Attention around this tower, and he did, in fact, deny the tower, and now Kataro in trouble. Blink stun, DK in, Manta ready for the Phantom Lancer to get away from danger, but they've got tools to deal with this. There's the Shivers Guard in again with the Mystic Flare on top. Kataro, they know which one is real. The Sonic Wave will do absolutely nothing. Hookshot will, though. Traps into, Cogs push back. Ace now with the Static Storm in. Kataro's been tossed into the teammates, but he's on low HP. One bit of damage will do the trick, and Yapsor will secure it. Now the Clockwork will take a tumble as Infamous losing one hero by one. Stunned, caught, Queen of Pain killed. And a double for mid one.
Yeah, this is a
disaster.
Yeah, this is a disaster. I mean, this it's just a matter of time until Secret goes for the third Raxus. Ro8 may respawn in 20 seconds if they want to feel. If they want to play it safe, they should just go for Ro8 and then end the game. Even though, to be honest, they don't need it.
Full Bloodthorn coming out for mid one as well. Oh, Tiny. Blink's on cooldown here for the DK. But Infamous, I guess right idea, trying to play into your PL. You know, you've lost mid lane, top lane. You've got PL in an aggressive position and you just try and shift your heroes over there. But Secret, again, we come back to the fact that you can't touch these heroes. They are monsters. They are titans. Absolute beasts as they destroy your buildings. You've got no one to defend. Hiding in your fountain, cowering away these heroes on the dire side. They've got you know, a fight still in them. They still have some pride to play for here as they could look for an initiation with Hookshot in. Queen of Pain alive in around 10 seconds, but it will be the last engagement. This is the defense of the Ancient Throne still standing. And the South Americans looking to try and keep Secret at bay, at least for now. A backup and a retreat. Secret will fall away for now. But for how long, Lacoste?
I mean, if you could not defend the normal creeps, you're not gonna defend against mega creeps. Ro8 is up in, what, 5 seconds?
Yep.
That's actually a lie. Look at the timing on Ro8 spawning. It's like 3 seconds after. 1 second.
2. Yeah, like 2.5 seconds.
2.64. 4-ish to me.
Yeah. It's pretty accurate. You have an atomic clock in your brain. Oh, Kataro, no. Oh, do they know there's a real one here? PL with a load of illusions.
Does it really matter, Gary?
I don't think it does. But if he dies, the game really is over. Kataro still hiding in the trees here. Secret. They've got no idea. Roshan will be scouted by the catapult, though. Oh, Infamous, they know something's up. This invis from DK catches the Clockwork. All he wanted was some vision in the pit, but he's now dead for a minute.
Oh, Nyx actually disassembled S and Y and bought Manta style to remove the Bloodthorn. Even though he has a BKB as well, so that's a Rage, BKB, then Rage again. Rage BKB, huh? You know about the Rage buyback, but what about the Rage BKB?
Just pop it. Just freaking pop it. PL. This is dangerous. Mystic Flare is there, and in fact,
he always finds a real one.
Good, that's it. PL dies and the game is literally over.
Well, not really a climatic ending of the game, but the game was over already 10 minutes ago. It was just a matter of time.
Did you see that cinematic ending?
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
As good as
Spielberg. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. That will be the end of that best of one. As expected, Secret kind of stroll in the park style, you know, they picked what they wanted, they played how they wanted, and they come away with a pretty simple win. A few little fights in there from Infamous, which look decent enough, but nothing really to stick it to Secret and say that, you know, they had a chance to win. But I think our next best of one is going to be an interesting one. We have the home crowd favorites. We have Kinguin, the Polish lads, taking on China.
That could actually be a good game, even though Kinguin beat Newbie once. I think they took a game, maybe even beat them 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, during the Perfect World. Yeah, but after that, Kinguin kind of fallen off. I don't have the same feeling for Kinguin. Even though they're at their hometown, that could be a huge boost for them. I kind of felt that Kinguin is Tier 1 / Tier 1.5 team that could compete with any other Tier 1 teams at any day given, but not at the moment. It feels like something's not clicking right now.
Yeah, they had that kind of nice play style where, you know, Nisha would be the kind of pinnacle of their drafts, and they'd, you know, play around the map. Elasash would just give his life away, not really care as long as they were creating space for Nisha. But I agree. Recently, it's been a little more inconsistent with their performances. But we'll find out in just a short moment. A break now until Kinguin take on Newbie. See you guys in a little bit.
Life is all about following a few simple rules. Get married. Move to the suburbs.